It's Saturday morning here in Copenhagen, about 11:30, something like that. We're sat outside here in the snow and the ice. Nick, you've picked a rather apt location to highlight global warming, I gather. What have you got in the background?
Well, I don't quite know whether it's a functional thing or some piece of bizarre modernist sculpture, but as you can see, we've got icicles coming off these three things.
Yeah.
The ice is, so it's 3/4 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
Much to the dismay of the climate alarmists, because Copenhagen's warmest December record is about 12 degrees on average. So they were hoping it'd be something like that to show how warm the world's getting. But frankly, it's been pretty chilly here. There's been a vicious wind coming off right out of Russia for several days, and they're all miserable. You've got to feel sorry for the people from the South Pacific states and some of the Africans. They've looked so miserable. Even in the conference centre, they've had these huge hats and scarves and coats. They've really felt the cold. But anyway, that's the climate in Copenhagen. But of course, I was here at the climate conference.
Yeah, and we're shooting a proper film, not just on the iPhone. We're going to shoot a proper film for hopefully our main website tomorrow. So we're not going to go too in depth on some of the issues. We can deal with those when we're out and about in downtown Copenhagen a bit later on today. But just your summary of what's happened and what the implications are.
Well, effectively, the summit collapsed without any meaningful agreement whatsoever. They're cobbling together, still working on a final draft of a cobbled together statement of accord, which waffles on that yes, they all agree that it's a terrible problem and something's got to be done, and a limited amount of money being thrown at it. But the climate alarmists were after a £200 billion spend and an agreement to cut global emissions by 30% within a few years, which would have meant effectively the start of the final deindustrialisation of the Western world. And they simply haven't got their way. It was blocked effectively by a combination: Russia, Japan, the United States Senate, all sorts of people really making a mess of this. So the internationalists have gone away pretty much empty-handed.